and Mindy by Alan Grant. Mindy, do you think they'll still come today? Who? Well, anyone really, especially those horrible kids. I mean, it's raining heavily. Listen to it, hit the roof. You're in the right line once you sit on a horse in the pouring rain. What pleasure, eh? That won't stop them more. Besides, what's wrong with a drop of rain? Remember the 3:15 at Cheltenham? Yeah, it pissed down all day. But you came in second. Best result ever. Second from last, hardly a victory. Still better than your famous Derby win. Yeah, Donkey Derby, Blackpool Beach. And I couldn't even beat the locals. Mind you, I wasn't really trying. Fancy putting me in a Donkey Derby with my pedigree. Is that why you ended up here? Home for retired racehorses? Hang on. Rain's easing off, and I can hear a bus or something coming in the yard. It's them. Our friends have arrived. Hope I don't get the difficult one, Mindy. Think she's Princess Anne at the Olympics. Why? She always wants a girth tightened on the saddle. Don't I hurt my stomach? I've got a surprise for her today. Hang on, here they come. That nice teacher's with them. Gather round, everybody. Keep the noise down. Don't want to unsettle the horses, do we? One or two of them are quite elderly and don't like loud noises, said the teacher. If she hurries up, that would be a help, thought Mork. Miss, please, miss. The young girl puts her hand up and waves at the teacher. What is it, Jennifer? Can I ride Morky, miss? He's my favourite. Please, miss, please. Oh, no, it's the odd one. Say no, please. I see what we can do, said the teacher. Bugger it, I knew it, thought Mork. He looked across at Mindy. She mouthed, enjoy, and snickered. On second thought, Jennifer, I want to try you out on Mindy. She's more of a challenge. Mork is rather slow. As the teacher spoke, Mindy moved in her stall. Trust my luck, she thought, then looked across at Mork. She could sense his response. I'm not bloody slow. You wait.
The teacher resumed. Right, children, listen up. I put a list of horses and their riders on the board. Now you can't all ride at once. So those of you waiting, grab a wheelbarrow each and a fork and help the staff muck out the stables. All the gear is by the gravel path. I've left a great pile for someone, thought Mork. I hope the right person gets it. Right, the rest of you, make sure you have your safety equipment on and then with a member of staff, go to your horse and prepare to ride. As the teacher turned, she was confronted. Please, miss, miss. Yes, Jennifer. James says he's a bit nervous about Mork. Can I ride him again? Please, miss. Oh, very well then. James, you go on Mindy. Hurry up now. Someone has just made my day, snickered Mindy. Don't be so sure. That James is a bugger. Told me once if I didn't hurry up, he'd have me on a plate with chips, like they do in France. What did you do, Mork? Trod on his foot. Accidentally, like. How many times? 3. Sounds like an accident. Oh no, here they come. Hello again, my lovely Morky, gushed Jennifer. I've bought you a special treat. Here's a nice apple. Just for you. Mork looked down at the object in her hand. It's half eaten, bloody cheek. I'll show her. Ah, miss, miss. I gave Mindy an apple and she's just bitten my finger. Let me have a look, said the teacher. Oh, that's not a bite. It's more of a nibble. For some horses, that's a sign of affection. Wrong, thought Mork, lifting his tail and excreting some manure. Well, it hurt, miss. Jennifer paused. However, I forgive Morky. I just need to tighten his girth. Saddle looks a bit loose. That's better. Suddenly, there is an excruciating, loud and prolonged fart. Jennifer, was that you? Disgusting. We'll be having words later. No, miss, that was Morky. He stinks. Gotcha. Should have left my girth alone, thought Mork as the teacher spoke.
Right, children, everyone ready? Now, lead your horses out into the paddock, ready to mount up. As the horses emerge from the stables, Mindy approaches Mork. Bit chilly out there. Those trees are blowing all over the place. Those rooks in the branches are hanging on for grim death, replied Mork. Look, now they've given up and flapping away. Mindy nodded at him. We must stop moaning. Remember, it's a job, and better than the other place. Suddenly, Jennifer, who was riding Mork, shouted out, James, watch me! I'm going to get Morky to canter. Then see if you can come and do the same on Mindy. Canter? She must be joking, thought Mork. Undeterred, Jennifer shouted out again. Come on, Mork! Time for a bit of fun, let's go! Ouch, that bloody hurt, thought Mork, digging her sodding heels into my side. I'll show her, Jennifer interrupted. That's not a canter, Morky, that's just a trot. Now try again. If she does that one more time, I'm going to pretend that just ahead is the last fence at the Grand National, and I'm going to jump it, with or without her. Mork paused. Oh, she's done it again. Right, that's it, down tools. There's a shout from the edge of the paddock. Miss! Miss! Mork is moved, said Jennifer. The teacher approached. That's worrying. Perhaps, just perhaps, she might be a little lame. She's beginning to move, but is limping. Mork's ears pricked up. A little bit of lameness won't hurt. Mindy reacted immediately. Don't lay it on too thick, Mork. I heard them moaning about rising vet's fees and that some of us were reaching the end of our useful lives. I suddenly feel better. I hope Her Majesty's noticed it, he replied. Miss, he's suddenly okay now, the girl said. Jennifer, he may well be, but I don't like the look of the weather. The sky is black and the wind's picking up. Right, that's it, everyone. Back to the stables. Hurry. Oh, miss, Mork is better now and I've only done 100 metres. That's enough, Jennifer. Back to the stables now. Good for you, Teach, thought Mork, his momentum already increasing. Reckon that's it for the day, Mindy. Hope so. Soon now. Once they take the saddles off, replied Mork, and as they reached the unsaddling area, the teacher spoke.
Right, everyone. Sorry about this, but our riding session has to be cancelled. Just check the weather report, it's going to get worse. There we are, that's the rain back. However, we still have things to do. Agreed? A child's hand shot up. I'm hungry, miss. Can we open our lunch boxes? What, lunch at 10 o'clock in the morning, thought Mork. He was reassured. Not just yet, Jennifer, said the teacher. First of all, we need to unsaddle the horses. Right, chop chop, let's get on with it. Jennifer, pick your saddle up and put it on the rack. But it's got all poo on it, miss. Didn't see it. Morky must have just done it. He snickered. Don't blame me. It's all that exercise. The teacher spoke. Put some water in that bucket. There's a cloth on the bench. Wash the muck off. Oh, miss, that's not fair. I hate you, Morky. Always getting me into trouble. Miss, this horrible Morky has just kicked the bucket. Oh, stop making a fuss, Jennifer. Clean the saddle and put it on the rack. That's much better. Now cheer up. One last job to do. This is the best bit of the day, said Mork. I'm looking forward to this. So am I, said Mindy, already rubbing herself against her stall side. Right, children, grab the grooming brush and combs. 2 of you to a horse. Brush all the mud off them, comb their coats, and then a final wipe down. When that's done, let me know, and if all is well, you can then open your lunch boxes. Jennifer and James, you work on Mork and Mindy.
Oh, heaven. Down a bit, up a bit. Right there. Ooh, lovely, Mork muses. Mindy looked over at him. Fresh hay, a bowl of oats, then a lie down. This beats jumping those stupid fences. Yes, Mork? He replied immediately. Remember you jumped through them. I went over them. Mork paused. Hello, who's this? Thank you, teacher, but there's no need to clean those 2 up. They've been relocated today. Relocated? What does that mean? Asked the teacher. Could it be Cheltenham? Asked Mork. Nah, more likely Aintree, replied Mindy. Madam, it's to Bordeaux, the man said. Cheval. Where's that? Said Mork. Cheval? Somewhere near Epsom, I think, replied Mindy. Oh, good, said Mork. Mindy, are you sure? Anyway, where's Cheval, and why is the teacher crying? There were a few moments of hesitation. Then the teacher strode across to the head groom. They're having an argument, said Mork. No, wait a minute. Now they're shaking hands and the teacher's coming back. She strode back into the grooming area. Right, children, gather round. I've just found out that Mork and Mindy were going to leave this home for retired racehorses and be taken to an abattoir. I've put a stop to that and have bought them both. They will come to live on my small holding. It will take a couple of weeks to sort out, but they are safe. There was a spontaneous burst of applause and cheering from the children. Right, let's get finished off. I've got lots of work to do. What's an abattoir? Said Mork. Don't ask, replied Mindy.
2 weeks later, Mork and Mindy found themselves in a trailer which jolted from side to side and creaked like a wooden ship in a storm. After a short journey, the trailer slowed down and they rolled onto a pebbled track before finally coming to a halt. As the ramp was dropped, they saw a large field. It was empty, except for a massive khaki marquee which flapped in the strong breeze. On the side was Bravo 22. The teacher entered the trailer and led them both out. Be careful, we've had lots of snow. There's ice in the puddles and on the grass. Just take it nice and easy. Now up to the marquee where I have a surprise for you both. As they approached, the flap on the side suddenly lifted, and there were all the children from the school shouting and waving a welcome, together with a number of adults. Mork and Mindy snickered happily, then were slowly led into the interior. There was a large wood-burning stove in the centre, with flames leaping against the surround as the logs crackled and sparked. Several adults huddled around it. Some wooden tables with a large pot bubbling away and a frying pan with bacon sizzling on a portable gas ring were to one side. The smell permeated the tent. Jennifer already had a bacon roll in hand. She paused and began to stir a large mug of tea before lifting it to her lips with a loud slurping sound. Don't worry, Morky, she said with a mouth full of food. We've not forgotten you. There's a pile of carrots, some apples and some oats cooking over there on the table. Without waiting, the horses walked slowly across the grassy surface and began to munch on the assembled food. As they did so, various children came up and began to stroke and pat their back. One of them was Jennifer. I didn't mean it when I said I hated you, Morky, and I'm sorry for eating most of your apple, she said. I've forgiven you, said Morky, whinnying loudly, and then releasing another enormous fart. Jennifer, that's the second time I've told you about that behaviour. Oh, the smell is awful, shouted the teacher. Mork and Mindy snickered together as they admired their new home.